Attachment could lead to a lot of bad things, or it could lead to a lot of good things. It could lead to what it could be if you understand attachment is not what you need. This is where we go, the way and forward. You know the vibes, you know the times. Page 131. The quickest way to squander a beautiful connection is attachment. Meeting the craving to have things occur in a very particular way. Often attachment is exuberant by fears that stem from unhealed emotion history. Tumultuous and unobserved emotions snowball into insecurities that strengthen the misguided idea that pursuing our attachments is the only way to create safety and abundance in our lives. Our hurt tricks us to thinking that the only way to keep love is to cling to it. Insecurity will manifest itself as control, which blocks the flow of real love. The truth is that only open hands can carry love well. Hands that are closed tightly cannot receive or give love. Love, close symphony, is freedom, which means that love is not something that can thrive in a construction environment. Love needs space to stretch and expand and flow. A common fear is that without the constraints of attachments and expectations, love will never last. Love between two people does require a middle grounding where both can meet. But attachments cannot provide this space because they are far too rigid. Healthy love creates its middle ground through calm communication and volunteering commitments. Commitments are mutually agreed upon actions, ways of being that both partners feel good about. They work because they are spontaneous, sturdily. They're always sturdy and flexibility. When two partners decide that their needs or wants have shifted, they can also shift how they show up for each other in relationships. In harmonies, partners align their commits with their growth and with support for each other's happiness. So, as I was talking on page 131 to page 32, what we're talking about is how attachment could really lead to a lot of bad things. And why? Because you're craving. Attachments it's most of the time comes out of, like they said in this page, what we're talking about, what we're saying is how fear is coming from an unhealed emotion history. That's what it is. You got to think about it. You know what I mean? So when you find a girl that's attached or a guy that's attached and it don't feel like love, you could tell. The other person will tell, because if you can't understand, like you can't let a person have, let's say for a guy, you can have your girlfriend have male friends, because you know how as a man, we know they're going to try to have sex with her, they're going to try to do all this and that. But let's think about it without that. That's your insecurities, man. That's your attachment to her, because and also insecurities, fear. Let's think about that. But why this all goes to fears from our unhealed emotion? Because if you really trust your partner, you wouldn't worry who she's with or not. You would trust that she'll still be with you at the end of the day. She's not hanging out. That's just her friends, and that she don't have that connection like, oh, we could be more than just friends. No, it's not like that, because y'all both agree that we're going to be friends no matter what. We're not going to switch that. That's our relationship. That's what we are. We're friends. And that's when we come with the attachment is, with insecurity, it's the same thing. It's like, it's the unhealed emotion history, because if you really trust your partner, you wouldn't feel some type of way like this. Now we talking about the next one. It's the same thing with the insecurities. But the next few, what we're saying is in the ending of this, from page 131 to page 132, what we're saying is love between two people, there needs to be a middle ground. And the middle ground of it is to understand that love isn't something to drive in a constructive environment. Love is needed space to stretch, expand, and flow. Love needs space. If you don't have love, if the love you and your partner have is not space in it, it's not going to last long. And that's what we're talking on this. And that's the common fear that people go through is, they're like, you have these worries that somehow they're going to do this and that. You have these worries, this and that. Where all y'all have to do is have this middle ground. Y'all could come with each other. So, what we're saying in this is healthy love creates this middle ground for calm communication, voluntarily commitment, and commitments that are mostly mutually agreed on attachment, because that's what both of y'all agree, and that's how y'all make each other feel good. And when two partners decide their needs or what wants have shifted, that's also show how, as they say, how y'all show up for each other in a relationship. Harmonized partners align their commitments with their growth and with support for each other happens. That's what the middle ground is. When y'all could do that, that's what it shows, that you're aligned with your commitments with your growth, and you're supporting with each other in happiness. And that's what we're talking about. You have to have this middle ground. You should not have, if you have any insecurities, any attachments toward your partner, it's not gonna last. You have this middle grounding where y'all can love and support each other, it's gonna last forever. And that's what we're saying in this. And that's what people it's tending not to understand it, man. And that's what we're talking about in this, man. So this is the 2-page, I'm not doing 3. We're gonna get to the next few and the next one. But it's a short one, how being you and your partner should have this middle grounding so the love has space. So y'all could be connected with each other. Y'all could got each other back, and then it doesn't feel like it's one-sided. There should be no attachments. There should be no insecurities. This should just be, okay, hey, this is our spacing. This is our middle ground. This is where commitments. This is where y'all understand each other, and this is where y'all can support each other happiness. And that's what I'm talking about today. And you gotta clearly get that. If you and your partner don't have a middle grounding, then that means one of y'all have an insecurity of each other or attachment. And that's when y'all gotta have to communicate and figure this out together. Y'all are not alone in this relationship. Love requires 2 people in a relationship to be healthy. That's what it is. To grow with each other, you have to have a middle ground. If it don't have space, it's not gonna grow. If you have attachment, it's not gonna work. And that's what we're saying in this video, man. So as I always say, man, adios amigos, and hasta luego.